Players leap on the ice. Fans pile over the boards. The athletes shake hands in congratulations. The winning coach is hoisted high on his players' shoulders. The forum rocks with the noise. A fan gets a treasured souvenir. Such is the jubilation of a Stanley Cup victory. Cooper Smeaton, the senior trustee of the Stanley Cup, makes the presentation. On the left, Frank J. Selke, Canadien managing director. Mr. Smeaton congratulates Rocket Richard, Canadien's captain. And another season ends after a total of 225 hard-fought games presented by the 6th National Hockey League team, featuring Montreal Canadiens, Boston Bruins, Detroit Red Wings, New York Rangers, Toronto Maple Leafs, and Chicago Blackhawks. Entertainment, thrills, and excitement by the greatest players from the fastest game in the world.
First couple games I ever played organized hockey in CYO, I was a forward, and we didn't have a very good team, and my dad was coaching, and the goaltender didn't show up one game, so I guess he wasn't scared to put anyone else in there, so he put his son in there, and I think we got beat 27-0, and I've been trying to get even ever since.
The words of Gerry Cheevers, formerly goaltender for the National Hockey League champion Boston Bruins, now performing for the Cleveland Crusaders of the new World Hockey Association. One of the top goalies in the game, Cheevers holds an NHL record for playing 32 consecutive games without a loss. But there's more to Gerry Cheevers' life than flying pucks and hockey sticks. He owns thoroughbred horses. He's written a book. He's a television commentator. He's a husband and a father.
Lasagna right now looks like vegetable soup.
The Cheevers have 3 children, Craig 8, Cheryl 5, and Robbie 4. Betty and Jerry were high school sweethearts.
Want some cheese, Cheryl?
What's the cheese for?
For the lasagna.
I met him when I was 14 years old, and I was going to high school with his brother, Pat, and we were going to a team dance Saturday night. We needed a ride. So he said, my brother will take us, and it was Jerry. And he asked me out after that, and we dated for 7 years before we were married.
Okay, want some sauce? Hey, Rob, want some sauce, honey?
What is
Right
it?
to you?
No. What's that?
Sauce.
Can I see the sauce? I have one
Do you want some?
Believe it or not, this lasagna is good.
Yeah, Mommy.
Do you want some more?
Mom.
Well, how good is it? Do you want some more?
I gotta tell you what happened here.
Mom, who's
Why?
there?
The guys and the team decided,
The brother.
we're sitting in a bar the other night having a few drinks,
Bobby.
whose wife made the best chili?
Well, how do you know when you haven't tasted everybody's?
Well, hold it now.
Okay.
We decided to have a chili cook-off. So we got 5 entries whose husband thought their wives make good chili. And we'll get the single guys in the team, or whoever doesn't enter the contest to be the judges.
Who, did you enter me?
Yeah.
Yay!
We
I
have
don't make very good chili. Diane makes good chili.
Diane's, is she? Make better than Nina?
I think so. I'll practice.
Skippy's wife, Diane.
Yeah.
Bobby Whitten's wife. Billy Horton's wife.
Paul Andrea?
I don't know, there's a couple more that, we've got 5 entrants, though, for the chili cook-off.
Hey, that's good.
Ray Clearwater wants to enter his mother.
The Cheevers have purchased a home in a Cleveland suburb. It's obvious they plan to stay. The new league has raised the value of hockey players, and Jerry has hired a business manager. The first order of business was selling the old house in Ontario.
Betty, you want to sign?
Okay.
Get over here, and while you're signing, Jerry and I'll look.
I don't think I realized when we were first married that you could be moved so often. As long as you don't have a family, it's very easy. You just pack your bags and go. But once you have children, it gets difficult. And even more so now when we have 2 in school. But I don't know. The only sad part I feel is leaving your friends that you've made. But it seems there's nice people everywhere, and we've kept our friends.
The other thing that has been accomplished over the past few days is that your newest horse, your 2-year-old filly Mary Spice, has all been put in your name now, and the name of your stable, so to speak, has been named Crusader Stables.
Cheevers has always been fascinated by horse racing. He owns several thoroughbreds, but Gerry has other hobbies. He likes to read, and in the past year, he's written a book.
Then your book, you know, your goaltender book, we've just received another royalty check on that. They've seems like they're doing pretty good, even though you left Boston. You're still selling books. I did an article in a Toronto newspaper with a writer, Trent Frayne, and he said, let's try and write a book. And this is when the big fad was someone writing a book every other week. I said, well, we'll experiment. We'll try it for a month. And he says, well, where's all this about guys taking bennies and everything like that? And I had to say, hold it. I said, that just doesn't happen as far as I'm concerned. And we got right off that, and we decided we'll put humor into it. I mean, you know, Boston had quite a controversial team in the past few years, and there's a lot of players you could talk about without hurting anyone and having a lot of fun doing it. So it ended up this way, but in the end, I really enjoyed doing it. I read every book or short story that Damon Runyon's ever wrote, because mainly most of them are all racetrack characters he writes about. I like reading trivia books like history of television or the history of movies or history of a certain actor's movies, like, you know, John Wayne or Humphrey Bogart or James Cagney. I enjoy reading those things.
With Cheevers in goal, the Crusaders had remarkable success in their first year. Before the season opened, most experts felt Cleveland would be hard-pressed to make the playoffs. But on this day, Cheevers and his teammates find themselves in first place in the WHA's Eastern Division. Cheevers does not like practice, but at this workout, he will spend extra time in the nets. The Crusaders have a game coming up with the New England Whalers. The Whalers are in second place, only a couple of points behind Cleveland.
Everyone says that goaltenders are a different breed, but I think that comes with the job. I mean, I don't think you're that way before it starts. It's just part of being a goaltender. Like, there's 50 professional goaltenders around, or a number, something like that, and they're all basically different. But there might be something common amongst all these 50 goaltenders, and I really can't point it out. Maybe it's because they're crazy or something, I don't know.
Everyone's home? She's taking beer orders.
Though they've been together only a few months, the Cleveland Crusaders are a close-knit team. Off the ice, they spend a good deal of time together. And for some reason, the team is loaded with trivia buffs.
See, you know what, here's the final, the one that was deciding the whole championship. What's the name of that place you were born? Cudworth. Cudworth. Is it east or west of Saskatoon?
Well, I had to give him an easy question, right? I couldn't give him a hard one because you would say no, right? So I had to give him a question that he could say yes or no.
I want to say that my partner's dumb, but I was giving this one. But I didn't know where on the other side of Saskatoon at the time.
Jerry, what's your favorite movie of all time?
Boots Malone.
Boots Malone?
Haven't you ever seen
You ever
that?
seen Boots Malone?
No, who plays it?
William Holden. It's a
Oh,
horse racing
that's
picture.
great.
A
Isn't
great
it
picture.
good? About the kid when he puts up in the saddle and he's got,
guy and the jockey and the kid, and he wanted to send him to school or something like that?
you know, he was a runaway and he loved the horses.
His mother did.
Oh, really? Jesus, you like horses so much, you must have really liked Black Beauty then, eh?
Oh, I loved it. I fell in love with Black Beauty.
How about My Friend Flecka?
Huh?
My Friend Flecka.
I like Black Beauty better.
You like Elizabeth Taylor.
No, I like at that time.
you don't
I
like
liked,
that.
at that
Oh,
time,
that's right, yeah.
I liked Black Beauty.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. No, right there. Oh, no.
Luke.
Oh, and how do you
9.
break? 9. Out of the shadow. Robbie's got a 5.
Okay, you got 8?
8.
Yeah.
Right, 8 right there.
When I play a game with the kids, there's no way I go out of my way to let them win. There's no cheating involved or anything like that, and I don't hold back. If we're playing Crazy Eights or playing Snakes and Ladders or any type of a game or a horse racing game or whatever game we have at the house, if they're going to beat me, they're going to beat me legit. That shows my competitiveness, and I think it'll instill it in them, too.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. What's you, Daddy?
Okay, my turn. I'm bone bruised.
Cheevers has been known to enjoy a horse race game of another sort. And perhaps the Crusaders' next visit to California is on his mind.
The winner.
There's a racetrack about 20 miles from my hometown, and that seemed to be the Saturday routine for the boys in the pool hall. And we'd spend Saturday afternoon at the racetrack and pool our money and try and make some money and everything. And I really got fascinated with the sport. The next year I went and applied for a job there in the mornings, walking horses. And the year after that I was rubbing horses and was a semi-groom and mucking out stalls. And I got to know everyone around there. And finally, in the last 4 or 5 years, I've been working with the Ontario Jockey Club, publicity or public relations, and I did TV and had a live show at the racetrack for them. I really enjoy it. I love the people around the racetrack.
Which he goaltended without a loss.
How are you?
He is accompanied by his Cleveland teammates, Bobby Whitten, Paul Andrea, Doug Brindley, and Larry Gordon.
When he has a day off on the road, Cheevers is likely to spend it at a racetrack. His favorite of them all is Santa Anita.
I'll take a picture. You better believe it.
Here's Santa Anita for him. How about it for him? Daily racing for him. Here's for him racing for him. Hey, for him today, for Look, Louise, taking a winner.
Bobby Whitten, Victor Tejada, Brindley, and Larry Gordon. Hi, Glenn. Hi, Wiener. How are you, guys? My man, how are you? Thank you.
They're going to give you the instructions there. 4?
Yeah, that's the box.
Okay.
He's a rider here. He's a great rider, isn't he?
I love the thoroughbreds now, and I like to train it. When I finish the game at 40 or 45 or however old I am, and I'm secure enough to win this game, I like to maybe own 5 or 6 horses. I think in these next 7, 8 years, if I can spend my summers in the right spots and learn, and I think I might be able to own them and train them myself.
That's the broad. She's in front. Earl Zerman.
Earl Zerma in front by a length and 1/2. Okay, home is second by 3 lengths. You know what is third ahead. They're turning into the stretch. Earl Zerma on the inside in front by a head and okay, home. Challenging for them. Earl Zerma. Okay, home. It's Earl Zerma in front going out by 2 lengths. Earl Zerma in front.
But plans of training horses are for the future. For the present, the only race Cheevers cares about is in the Eastern Division of the World Hockey Association. Tonight, Jerry and his team, the Cleveland Crusaders, will meet the New England Whalers in a battle for first place. In the second period, the Cleveland Crusaders and the New England Whalers are locked in a scoreless tie. The game is wide open, a duel between goaltenders. Al Smith of the Whalers and Gerry Cheevers of Cleveland.
Get out, John! Turn! John! Oh! I thought it went in. Not time, Billy. Give it to that guy at college. Will you
period ends. The score is still Cleveland nothing, New England nothing.
Yeah, that's what
Though they're a young team, the Crusaders are a quiet bunch. They use the break before the final period for what they need most, a little rest.
I get a spear, cross check, and a slap in the face in about a second.
He's getting... What the hell's wrong with that?
To who? I told him his head was cut. I said his head was cut. And it was. He was bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
He kept skating away. He says, hey, dummy, your head's cut. He says, I know. Got it at the end of the period.
Come on, gang. Come on now. Come on. 2 periods we gotta wait.
Gentlemen down the power play, they're reinforcing us with our blue line.
The Crusaders' coach is a quiet man. Longtime minor leaguer Bill Needham.
Gerry's a leader. Likes to lead, he likes to win, and this helps all the players because they're right behind him 100%.
Good work, Billy. Billy.
He's great for the morale with everybody. He's making big money, but this doesn't enter into the way he's playing. He's playing like a young kid out there.
Paul! Get him, get him! Stay fine, stay fine.
That's what I was thinking, because they had those purple, you know, the purple uniforms. I thought maybe he's got a white one for home and a purple one for away.
Puck goes out the point, stay on the left now, okay? Right in the post, on his stick side, okay? All right. Should I try and blast it in the corner? Blast it in the corner. Paul, go in the corner, Paul. Your pump referee school, Simon. Go, go!
Betty Cheevers sits with a group of players' wives at most home games. Hockey is a violent sport, and injuries are a part of it. And no one knows this better than these women.
Our first son was born prematurely, and Gerry was out of town at the time. And when he got back, much to his surprise, we had this 13-pound baby. And that night, they had traveled all night by bus, and the next night he had to play. And this is when he was playing without his mask, and he got hit right full in the mouth by a puck. And it took 5 teeth out and just cut his mouth, and that was about the worst I've seen. But he's had dislocated shoulders and his share of bruises.
Keep going, Paul!
He's not really a fighter. I think he's more of a lover. I just know he couldn't hurt anybody. That's what I kept thinking. I thought, I'm sure he's faking it out there. I mean, if he were mad enough, if someone really provoked him, then he would really fight. But I think he'd rather stick to what he's supposed to do, tending goal.
Too deep. As soon as you see me lose the puck, you got it right out in the slot there. Right away. Okay.
Midway through the final period, the game is still scoreless. Finally, the Crusaders score on a deflection, and it's 1-0. Now it's up to Cheevers to preserve the victory. He knows that New England will launch a furious assault.
He's on you, Cindy, he's on you. Get him! Get up! Come on, get up! Jack! Wow, nice play. Way to go, Jimmy. Nice save. Nice ball, Jimmy. Way to go. Nice going. Great game, right? Nice game, Wiener. Way to go, Wiener. Great game, Billy. Great game, Buck. Great game, Jenny. Way to go. Way to go, Hoppy. Way to go, Duggo. Way to go, Hud. Way to go, Bumper. Way to go, Cheesy.
Gerry Cheevers gets the shutout, but later he'll call it a great team effort.
There you go, guys. There you go, Jimmy.
Hotel accommodations